Hi kindergartners, Mr. K here again. Today we are going to draw the next insect in our series of insect-directed drawings. And today we are going to be doing a honeybee. And honeybees are so amazing, so awesome. Do you know that honeybees are the only insects that produce food that humans eat? Pretty cool. I love honey. Let's go ahead and start. You are going to need the white piece of paper, and you need some room at the bottom where we're going to be writing our sentence. So I'll move this up closer here so you can see what I'm doing. I think that works out good. Oh, you can see my shadow there on the paper. All right, so what we're going to start with, like each insect that we've done so far, we are going to start with there are the three body parts of a honeybee. And the first part is going to be, we're going to start right in the middle and we're going to make a circle just like this. This is going to be the thorax of the honeybee. And we're going to end up making this kind of furry, kind of hairy looking, but we'll do that with our color crayons. So I have the thorax, that's the middle part, that's the part where the legs are going to come out of. And so we're going to just do three little rainbows, just like we did on the thorax of the ant. We'll do three little rainbows. That's where I'm going to have the legs coming out of the thorax. But in the meantime, we need to do the head of the honeybee. And the head is going to be, it's going to be kind of a funny shape. We're going to make it go, it's going to be a little flatter on the top. And then it's going to come down kind of in a point like that. Kind of like a teardrop shape, just like that. And we're going to do a large oval for the eye, just like that. Good. And we can put a little bit, of an eye on this side, kind of around the corner there of the head. Now, this honeybee is going to have, well, let's start with this part right here. We want this to look like a very reflective, shiny surface. So we're going to put kind of a funny shape like that. And we're going to leave that pure white. And maybe I'll do another little one, another little reflective light like that. Now, when we go back to do our coloring with our color crayons, I'm going to end up doing the black inside these other spots. But for right now, let's go ahead and we're going to give our honeybee's going to have a little tiny thing right here, like a little tongue coming out. And I'll describe what that's going to be a little bit later. Now, right here on the forehead, right here, I need to show there are two antennas. So I'm going to put a dot right there, and I'm going to put a dot right there. Got those? Okay. Now, I can move this up a little closer. We can see a little closer. There we go. Now, I'm going to make this antenna is going to go out like this, and then it's going to go down like that, just with a point. And this one is going to go out like this, and this one's going to go down also, like it's sniffing or sensing the flowers. We can make these a little thicker. We'll make them a little thicker. Not much, though. Just like that. Okay, we have the head. We have the thorax. Now I need the abdomen. And the abdomen kind of is like a bean shape. It's going to be bending down, but it's going to go like a rainbow down. Kind of a football shape, actually. And up like that. Good. Head, thorax, abdomen. And with the abdomen, we're going to end up doing stripes because we know those typical yellow and black looking markings on the back of a honeybee. But right on the back here, I want you to put a sharp needle-like thing right there. And you know what that is, right? Correct. That is the stinger. Now, honeybees we're going to do their legs coming out here of the thorax. The first one is going to be like we did before. We're going to just make little tiny, like a skinny ice cream cone like that. And the middle one, we'll make another little bit bigger skinny cone. And the back leg, we're going to make that back leg is going to kind of go, it's going to do something a little different. It's going to go back up like this towards, just like we did with the ant. It kind of goes back towards the abdomen. And then this front leg here, we'll just go ahead and we'll make it go forward a little bit more like this with a little foot on it like that. And then this one here, we'll do the same thing. We'll make it go down like this. And we'll put a little foot on it. Maybe the foot will go backwards like that a little bit. And again, we're only going to show the legs on one side of the honeybee. But this back one is special. What I want you to do is I want you to come back with this leg. And I want you to make it like that. But then I want you to put a funny, it looks like a cylinder on, like it's wearing a little legging or something right there, on there. And then I want you to make the rest of the leg and then the little foot like that. So this we're going to talk about, that is called the pollen sac. And the honeybee, they go from flower to flower, and the pollen collects on this back part of their legs and their body, and they take it to pollinate other flowers. And that's a really big job of the honeybee. So now we need to come up here on the back, right here, on the back of the thorax, right there, and this is where we're going to do the wings. Now a honeybee has 4 wings. So we're going to show them in like 2 sweeps. We're going to come like this, and we're going to go up and out, and then down a little bit, and then I'm going to come all the way back like that. There's the one. Now, I'm going to come back from that same spot, and I'm going to go out like this, but now I'm going to go, and since the wings are transparent, that means you can see through them. I can see through that one right there. Now, those are the 2 wings on this side. I need to make the 2 wings over on this side, over here. So I'm going to come over here up on the top of the thorax, and I'm going to have it go back, but it's not going to go back as far, and it's going to come this way, and then it's going to come back, but it's going to hide on the other side of the thorax. And then I'm going to come out like this again, right there, and I'm going to come out, and I'm going to come up, and I'm going to come back. So just if you make the wings coming out like that, they can just fan out. And there are 4 wings. 1, 2, 3, 4. We see 4 of them there. All right, you guys did a great job. Now we're going to add some things to this honeybee to make it more colorful and give it a little bit more character to it. But for right now, we have our honeybee right there. Now we need to do our sentence. And we are going to say, how about honeybees have stingers? Is that a good thing to say? Because I see the stinger right there. Let's do that. So, as we start our writing right now, we want to start honeybees. That's going to be an uppercase H. So, uppercase H, 1 line down, 1 line down, and across the middle. Honey, yeah, O, hun, in, straight down, back up, a bump. Honey, E, lowercase e, and then a lowercase y, diagonal, diagonal, under with the tail. Honey, now honeybees is 1 word, honeybees. So since it's 1 word, we do not put a finger space between them. So, lowercase b, straight down, and a belly. And then honeybees, we're going to have 2 lowercase e's. E, E, S, honeybees. 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 Now we need the finger space. Honeybees have. That's a sight word we know. H, A, V, E. Honeybees have, and one more word, stingers. So, finger space, S, T, I, N, G, with a monkey tail under the floor, E, R, one line down and a bump, S, stingers. And at the end of our sentence, we're going to put a period right there. That's our sentence. Starts with an uppercase letter. Look, there's only one uppercase letter in my whole sentence, and that's the first letter of the first word of my sentence. The rest are all lowercase letters. Okay, so now comes the fun part. We get to color this guy. And just like almost all of Mr. K's drawings, I am going to start with the yellow. And I'm going to just give my honeybee, I'm going to give the honeybee, not on the eyeball, because we're going to do something similar that we did with the ladybug. We're going to give it that little bit of that blue, but I'm going to give it a little bit of yellow, because honeybees are that beautiful golden color. So I do need, on the three main body parts, I need to put yellow. So I'm going to make sure I do a nice coating of yellow. I'm going to put some yellow on that pollen sac too, right there on the back leg, because that's going to need it too. But no yellow on the main wings, and no yellow on the legs, and no yellow on the eyes. So now I need my orange crayon, because I'm going to give this little honeybee some nice color. So I'm going to give it a little bit of orange. I'm going to go right over all of my yellow. And I'm just going to go back and give it a nice coating of orange. There we go. And you know what? That pollen sac, I'm going to give that a nice coating of orange too. Just like that. Matter of fact, I'm going to make the pollen sac a little brighter orange than I did the body of the honeybee. Now I want to take my brown color, my brown, and I want to go in here and just in the middle of the, I'm going to leave the honeybee kind of yellow on the outside, but on the inside of the head area here, I'm going to do a nice dark brown, just like this. Just like this. Oh, look at that. And then, let's see, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start in the middle here. And just in the middle of my honeybee, I'm going to do some brown, like that. But then I am going to go a little darker right down in here on the bottom, because I want it to have that same shape like a three-dimensional sphere. I want it to look like it curves around right there. So I'm going to do that. And on the back of the honeybee, I'm going to give it a light brown, maybe a little darker right where it attaches underneath, like this. A little bit darker, like this. Good. Now, I've got to give this honeybee a little bit of fur on that body. The honeybee has kind of a little bit, I'm going to just go like this with my brown, and I'm going to give it just little tiny hairs all the way around, just little hairs all the way around. Because you can see on this honeybee right here, can you see See the fur? It looks like fur on its head and fur on its thorax. So we're going to do that too. We're going to give it a little bit, what looks like a little bit of fur. Mr. K is going to just go around, and I'm going to make just some squiggly hair lines on there, kind of like a fuzzy bee. There we go. Sometimes on bumblebees, you see they really look like they're furry. But I think we got it good right there. Now I want to take my blue crayon, and in 2 places I'm going to do this blue. I want to take the blue, and I want to do just like we did with the ladybug. I want to first go into the eye, but I'm going to leave those highlights white. Leave those 2 little spots you did white right there, but give a little bit of blue on the others. And on the legs, go ahead and first put on some blue. We're going to put some black right over it, but we're going to put some blue first. And the blue will make it look like it has a little bit more depth to it. Now, a little blue on the stinger. Now, this part right here, the wings, we're going to do a light, oh so light, that it looks like a window. It is so light, my wings. I'm gonna just barely do some softest blue so that it'll look like we're looking right through those wings, just like that. Maybe I'll give it just a little bit of darker blue right on the edges, just like it does like on Mom and Dad's car window. You see a little bit of different on the glass when it's see-through. I'll just put a little darker blue on the edges like that. Just like that. How's that look? All right. Now, I need to get my black crayon now. Now, I'm not going to put any black on the wings, but I am going to go back the antennas. I'm going to put a little bit of black on those antennas. And on the eyeball, now I'm going to go start from the bottom, do a little darker, and then I'm going to go up and just like that. Look how I made it darker, but I could still see a little bit of blue up in there too. That works out good. Now, how about some little bit of black right on top of those legs. We'll put a little black. I can still see the blue underneath, but because I'm not doing really hard black. But just like that. Now, I talked about that this honeybee has some other stripes on it and stuff. So I'm going to just put a little bit of black shading just up here on the head. Right in the middle, right there. See that? And I'm going to put a little bit, almost like you're seeing through to some darker, just a little bit of black right coming through on the thorax, right there. See that? Right on the thorax, right in the middle, I made a little bit of black. Now, this is when we really get to do those stripes. Start way back by the stingers and give me a nice little section of black, just like that. And then it's going to be just like a pattern, black, brown, yellow, black, brown, yellow, black. So I'm going to leave a little finger space there, and I'm just going to do another kind of a thick line of black, just like that. That's awesome. And we can make it darker on the edges, but leave it a little lighter right here in the middle, just like we did with some of our other drawings. And I'm going to do another one. Leave a space, and then let's go ahead and put another stripe, just like that. Just like that. And I'll do one more skinny one. This one's going to be a little thinner. Just like this, and just like this. It's just going to be a real skinny one right there. Oh, wow. I like that bee. Okay, now, we're just about finished with our drawing. This thing right here, it is another little part of the bee's mouth. It is like a straw, and most pollinators have that, most insects. And that is called a proboscis. And the proboscis, it acts just like a straw. And it acts like a straw so that the honeybee can sip the nectar out of the center of the flower. And so honeybees are incredible creatures. Now, did you know that honeybees have 5 eyes? There are actually some little eyes right in between these 2 eyes here. Matter of fact, we could even take our crayon and we could put 3 little dots right there between the eyes. We could put 3 little dots because honeybees actually have 5 eyes. Here's a picture right here. They actually have 5 eyes. The 2 big eyes that we did, but look at those 3 little ones that they're pointing out right there. They're like 3 little dots right in the middle. I did not know that, but they have 5 eyes. And like all insects, they have 3 body parts, a head, a thorax, and an abdomen. And something else interesting in this book I learned today, it said a honeybee's wings beat about 190 times per second. That is what is making the buzzing sound you hear when you are around honeybees. 190 times per second. Wow, that is amazing. And it says, bees are usually attracted to flowers that are yellow, blue, or purple. Very interesting. So, I hope you guys enjoyed drawing the honeybee. This is our 3rd insect. We're going to learn all about honeybees this week. And I have some videos that talk about the importance of honeybees. So, until next time, keep drawing, okay? All right. Bye-bye.